communism was in very early days of taking a shape. So it was not yet well defined. It was not yet well presented. It was not yet well formed. The principles were not yet well described. And communism had different treatment, different approaches with different leaders. When we talk about Stalin with communism, we have a Stalin approach of communism. When we talk about Lenin with communism, we talk about Lenin's approach to communism. And we can see striking differences between the Stalin's communism and then that of the Lenin's communism. Well, the truth of the spirit is that it is communism and it was led by Stalin. It is communism and it was led by Lenin. Well, the general spirits and the frame structure of communism should remain the same. And there could be some modifications in the case of Stalin, or there could be some modifications in the case of Lenin. But that's not the case. What I'm trying to present over here, well, communism is not the whole, and Stalin being a part of it, Lenin being a part of it, but in fact there are two different treatments of communism. Should we call it Stalin communism or then that of the Lenin communism? Since I'm just talking about Russia right now, I'm just talking about USSR right now, and I should make it clear when I talk about the 15 republics of USSR, many of the republics were not yet the part of USSR, as we had those 15 republics. Talk about Russia, talk about Belarusia, talk about Moldova, talk about Ukraine, talk about Armenia, talk about Georgia, talk about Latvia, talk about Lithuania, talk about Estonia, talk about Kazakhstan, talk about Kyrgyzstan, talk about Uzbekistan, talk about Tajikistan, talk about Turkmenistan, talk about Azerbaijan. Well, these 15 republics that I've just enumerated only a moment ago, they were not yet the concern because many of them were not simply the part of new country, USSR. In fact, the borders proliferated, there was an expansionist theory by the socialists, and it was a revolution within the borders, and then it exceeded the borders, and the strong USSR, the strong Russia, the strong Rus, in fact became a threat for Central Asian countries, became a threat to the Balkans, became a threat to Eastern European countries, became a threat to Asia. And the socialists in those days well consolidated them, and they came along with great results, and they captured various countries along the borders.